Be sure to check out the huge discounts on film.
You know, I got a little 8-minute interview with Barry Jennings that's in Fabled Enemies. Well, it's longer in Fabled Enemies. I want to air that at the end of the show today, at least part of it. I got a Keith Olbermann clip from a few days ago where he admits about the forced injection of immigrants with vaccines that are not mandatory for citizens. So he also, there's a hoax that citizens have to take it too. I mean, this government's completely criminal. I mean, understand, they lie about everything. He's really something else, the way he tells the truth about government-sponsored terror and everything now. That's why they're trying to force him out. That's official. They fired him from election coverage, and they're trying to get him out for the next administration. That's been in the news, that Olbermann's probably on his way out. I want to play about a 1-minute clip of him talking about the vaccines. Then this disgusting Rothschild, the wife of the Baron, but she goes, Knight. She says she's just a commoner, a no-big-deal person. The fact that they're now all over TV, and I don't mean if you have the name Rothschild, big, huge family, tens of thousands. I mean, this is the wife of the kingpin. You know, Rothschild's almost like, when it comes to Jewish people, like the name Jones. But you know, for Welsh, or the name, Vladimir for Russians, you know, real popular. So I'm not blaming all Rothschilds here, but this is a very wicked Rothschild. And you can watch the video on Infowars.com. She's just so arrogant, so hateful. So we'll play part of both these clips back to back. First Olbermann, then the Rothschild shoveling BS on the public. Here it is.
Bush. Number 3, vaccine gate. It is revealed that 2 months ago, Mr. Bush's immigration department added a new mandatory vaccination for anybody seeking U.S. citizenship. Gardasil, which protects against human papillomavirus, HPV, which is 19 months ago, the head of immunization for the Centers for Disease Control insisted Gardasil should not be mandatory for Americans because HPV is not communicable like, say, chickenpox is. So now if you're a citizen, you don't have to be vaccinated. If you want to become a citizen, you do. Meaning we are demanding they take away the right to choose, the right we give citizens. Oh, and we also have got another group of human guinea pigs for this vaccine, and Merck gets to charge them $162 a shot. Number 2, passport gate. Remember this? That explosive night when it was revealed somebody had access to
Lynn Forster, the Rothschild, is here with us in the Situation Room, and we're going to get your reaction. This was a surprise because you've been a Democrat for a long time. You love Hillary Clinton, and she says, don't vote for McCain and Palin. Why did you decide to cross over?
Let me just go back to your piece, if I may, for a minute. It is true, I am married to a wonderful man whose name is de Rothschild. It is also true.
And he's a baron.
And he's a knight.
He's a knight, okay.
But not to quibble. But I grew up in a middle-class family in New Jersey. My parents worked 2 jobs to put 4 children through college, law school, and medical school. And we were told the American dream could be ours because we live in a great country, and I have lived the dream.
Because what they're saying, the Obama people, you just heard that Congresswoman suggest that Lady Baroness de Rothschild, who is that to be talking about elitism when you are obviously among the elite right now?
See, this is so sad when the Democratic Party plays the class card and they try to divide America and they try to say that somehow my opinion is less worthy than another person's because I have this wonderful life. I have a wonderful life. I want John McCain and Sarah Palin in the White House so other people can have that wonderful life.
Because a lot of Clinton supporters know. Can I call you Lynn?
Yes, of course.
Okay, a lot of Clinton supporters say, you know, on so many of the issues that you supported and worked really hard for Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, the McCain-Palin ticket is opposite of what you believe in on some of the social issues. For example, I assume on gay rights or abortion rights or sex education in school. Some of these issues, you feel comfortable with McCain and Palin?
See, the Democratic Party tries to take those issues as wedge issues. There is no question that John McCain and Sarah Palin are going to take away the right to choose or they're going to take away gay rights. That's not what they're there for. They're there for ordinary Americans, this people who they are and the people who they fought for. That's why I support them.
But you support abortion rights, for example?
I support abortion rights.
Are you concerned?
You know, I'm not for Barack Obama, but when you get this witch supporting McCain, it makes you wonder. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against...
You got April Gallop.
Take away the right to choose, or they're going to take away gay rights. That's not what they're there for. They're there for ordinary Americans, this people who they are and the people who they fought for. That's why I support them.
But you support abortion rights, for example?
I support abortion rights.
Are you concerned that
I'm not for Barack Obama, but when you get this witch supporting McCain, it makes you wonder. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
A day unlike any other in the long course of American history, a terrorist act of war against this country.
The enemy struck America on September 11th. But who is the enemy?
Bin Laden. This is his MO.
We have to look to the Middle East. We have to look to Osama bin Laden.
Fabled Enemies is the first 9/11 film to take a close look at the terrorist ties to intelligence networks inside the United States.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S.
I'm aware that some Israeli citizens have been detained.
Bin Laden's connections to the CIA, the hijackers' ties to the FBI, the Saudi Arabian connection, the Israeli intelligence network, warnings and war games, the shadow government, and much, much more. Fabled Enemies. Get the DVD at Infowars.com or see it in super high quality, along with hundreds of other titles at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
Wake up, Protestant America. There is an ecumenical movement now being planned to join church and state. This confederation of evangelicals, Catholics, and Protestant denominations will form one huge political voting bloc. Their agenda is enforcement of religious worship and morality by legislation. Our forefathers wrote the Bill of Rights to guarantee all Americans this freedom, liberty of conscience. History and the Bible prove to them that these two systems, church and state, must be kept separate. It must be our love of God and of country that prompts or constrains us. This will change the character, not civil enforcement. From history, we saw that when church and state united, known as Papal Rome, religious intolerance resulted. This union would go directly contrary to the great principles of our nation. America and Papal Rome are uniting in this agenda. Protestant America, awake before it is too late. The prophecies are fast fulfilling. Jesus is coming soon. For free materials, call 888-211-1715 or write The Bible Says, Box 99, Lenore City, Tennessee, 37771.
You know, as a father and a husband, one of the enjoyable things in my life has been walking in at night and checking on my children, checking up on my wife, making sure she has the things she needs, but mostly providing for my family and knowing that they're secure, that they feel comfortable every day in their little skins. They don't have to worry about the oddities of the world taking over and wrecking their lives. I've always wanted to be a good provider, and I'm not going to change that now just because the economy's in upheaval and because there's a lot of political and social uncertainty, and I hear about global famine and I see the escalation.
Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I'm going to let her introduce herself and, give us some background and really walk through this story. Some have heard it, others haven't. It's all documented. April Gallop worked inside the Pentagon on 9/11 as an administrative specialist with a top secret security clearance with SCI with the U.S. Army. And we're going to tell the story of what she witnessed on that day and the tremendous injuries and trauma on 9/11 that she survived. And I really want to thank April Gallop for coming on with us today to first tell her story of what happened then and the fight she's going through right now. April, it's great to have you on the show with us.
Thank you for having me, Alex.
You bet. Start at the beginning. Who you were, what you were doing there, what happened that day, and then now what's happened after. All the key issues, please.
Okay. September 11th, 2001, I was returning back from maternity leave, and with that comes getting situated. I was asked to take care of some paperwork prior to taking my son to daycare. So I said, yes, of course, to do what they said, but honestly, I didn't think that they were actually going to clear my son to get through. But somehow on that particular day, he was able to get cleared to go in the back with me. When I sat down at the desk, I pulled out the keyboard, I went to touch the computer, and as soon as I touched the button, boom. And then, of course, the rest is history. Now, from an insider's perspective, because it happened